Hi YouTube, hope you're all doing well. Today I want to show you a detailed positioning guide on Midtown. I will go through each stage of the game on both attack and defense and tell you how I usually play and which positions work best, with a few tips here and there. After, I will show you one game played on this map also. I hope you enjoy the video. When the round is about to start, at around 2 seconds before the door opens, I always use my shift on the door to gain a little bit of ult charge. So the way I play in the beginning when the match starts is I want to play in the low ground around this area here. You always want to avoid playing on high ground on INVIS. Some of your DPS or maybe your other strategists will play from up here, but I promise you, being on high ground as INVIS is really bad. If you're up here, you can't reach all your tanks all the way up there. And if you're up here, you will have a harder time aiming at all the tanks that are trying to defend the point. Your tanks will usually hold the point for the start around here. So what I like doing is be around here and just play from there. If enemies try to become aggressive, I can always jump back. And when they are aggressive, your other support or strategists will usually play around this area. So you can place your shield around them and then play from there. So here in this area, you can not only heal your tanks, but also damage enemies at the same time. What you gotta be careful of is enemies flanking on the high ground here. There might be a case where they come from here, so ideally one of your other DPS should play from up there, so you know if there's someone flanking or not. If not, pay attention to your headphones and listen to enemy footsteps. You can cut them off with your shift, or if there's a tank coming from here, or anywhere up there, you can try to pull them into your team, play behind your shield, and your team will do the rest. Same up here, if some of the enemies try to flank anyone up there, you can not only give them your shield, but also try to pull them off high ground. But usually, during this area here, I'm around here and just shoot from here. Once they're getting more aggressive and push, around this area, when the payload is, let's say, around here, being behind this car right here is usually the place to play from. Because not only are you protected from enemies if you need to take cover, you have 100% one of your other teammates here to place down your shield in case you need healing. But you also hit your tanks and the enemies at the same time from this range. But also you see anyone that is on high ground up here. Not only can you just keep them away with your shift, but if there's like, let's say, a Hela or Navur playing from up here, you can easily pull them into your team, which usually results into a kill. And you can reach anyone no matter where they play from. Even if your teammates go up here, you can still heal them. And if necessary, you can jump up here and also shoot them from the car up here. And if they become aggressive, you can also always just push them away. And once they start to get closer, you can just hop back and play behind this bus right here and do the same. Being behind this pillar here is not the best spot to be in, because they can also just come from this right side, or if they dive you can't double jump in here because you will bump your head into it. So this is a bad area to back off into. If you have to, you just have to jump back to this area and then play from here. You can see if they push up. If not, you can heal your tanks. Otherwise, you have to stay here and wait for your allies, heal yourself up and stay safe. Otherwise, if they try to get to you here or just poke you a lot, you can always jump back here and take the healing that is here. Rarely, there's people flanking from this area here, where they go to the left of this room. This rarely happens, but just pay attention that this is a possibility where they can come from. And yeah, if they go on any of these cars, you can always pull them into your teams. And if they try to go into the right room here, just cut them off and don't let them in. So yeah, once they get closer to the point, if they're very close on capturing the point, this is the area where you play from. You play behind this, you have cover, you can shoot your allies and hit enemies at the same time. You can have your shield around here to heal yourself up if necessary. You can push them away or pull them in if they're low HP and then just play from here on this point. Once they get the first point and your team actually decides to hold them on this location here, the best position to be in is this here. This gives you cover from them if you need to back off, and you can still hit everyone, your allies and your enemies at the same time. So this is a good area to be in. You should avoid the left side, because if you get dived here, it's really awkward to get away from them. So if you're here, you're way more safe if you need to back off with your double jump. Be aware, enemies can come from this right side, which you can use your shift to avoid them and delay a little bit of time. And if they become too close, you can actually try to pull them in, and maybe your other your DPS characters or anyone else can try to kill them. But usually this right here, if they actually manage to stop enemies here, is where you want to play from. If the payload gets stuck around this area here, the best way to play from is just this area here. You have a little bit of cover. You should play next to your other support, always behind your shield, unless you need it for an ally. Be aware of high ground. If enemies are up there, cut them off with your shift or try to pull them inside your team. What you always want to avoid is playing on the high ground up there. This is something where you never really want to be. Unless you actually manage to push or like kill all enemies and they respawn and try to push up, you can stay up here for a little bit and see what they're about to do. But as soon as they come close, you need to go down and play from here again with your other strategist. So if you play from here, you cannot hit allies and enemies at the same time. You can see if people flank from up here. You can keep your distance from them or get sneaky kills with your pulse if they decide to go on the high ground. Once they get with the card closer around this area here, this is where it gets interesting. Because playing from down here is actually really nice. It's harder to hit you, but you still manage to hit everyone at the same time. Always be aware of Doctor Strange players on this point. Doctor Strange players love to go up here and wait for a sneaky opportunity to ult you all. So don't try to get out of this area when they have a Doctor Strange and they have ultimate up, if you fear that they have their ult up. So being around here, they usually never are able to hit you if you just stay down here. So don't go further than this area during that case. Once I get a little bit closer with the card here, playing from down here is always the correct thing to do. You have cover here, which you can play from. Even playing from this corner is okay, because you can... first of all, there's a heal here that you can take. You can jump into this direction to back off, but you can also jump all the way back here and get into a safe location there. So both of these corners are working. Be aware, enemies sometimes try to flank from this area up here, which you can deny by either using your shift, or you can pull them into your team and try to get a kill off them, which they might not expect. Up here is not a good area to play from, so try to avoid playing from here, because again, on high ground you will have a harder time aiming. And once they get to the point closer here, this is a really awkward and bad position for Invisible Woman to be in. Because I think playing from back here is not a great thing, or not a great place for you to be in. But it is the only possibility where you can really play from. Because if you're too close, they just have an easy time going on to you. So you want to have a bit of cover from back here. So ideally, this is the best position for you to be in. But be aware, enemies will see you and try to get onto you. So make sure to have your shield around this area and your other strategist around here, so you stay safe from them. Enemies can flank from either this side or the right side. Rarely from the right side, but it is a possibility, so be aware of that. And if it's absolutely necessary and you can't back off all the way back there, because let's be real, the jump up here is really awkward and slow. One thing you can do is, if they dive you here, you just double jump all the way back here and then play a little bit from this area. Be aware of your cooldowns. If you have to, back off here. And once you have your jump up again, you can just jump back and just switch position back and forth, depending on where you need to be. But yeah, usually right here, when they get close to the point, is where you want to be. Once they capture the second point, when your team decides to hold in on this area here, you can just play from anywhere here, really. You have cover from these pillars, I guess, and you can hit everyone from this position as well. Avoid this right side here. Like the car here gives you cover, but once they actually get to you behind here, where do you go? Like, you try to double jump, but it's very predictable where you're going, so you're most likely gonna die. So playing around this area is usually the best thing. So if you have your double jump up here and they go onto you, you can just back away anywhere around here, the right side to this room, or the left side here. You also have a heal pack here if absolutely needed. And once I get closer with the payload around this area here, playing around this corner here is usually the best thing. Not only can you hit all enemies at the same time again at enemies. But you also see if there's enemies trying to go on the high ground here. If they do, you can again use your shift to cut them off or try to get the sneaky pull onto them and get them into your team. They can also come from up here. If you notice that, make sure you have your shift available or your pull to get them out of the position there. Also, they can flank from this area here, so using your shift to cut them off here is also really, really important. Once they get closer to the point, you just want to stay around this area here. You have a safe corner to play from behind here, or even the left side is also really nice because you have a nice health pack here, and you can hide behind this pillar, which is not breakable, I believe. If they decide to go onto the high ground, again, you can try to pull them off or use your shift to cut them off. Same here with the shift. If they go onto this room, you can buy yourself a little bit of time. And if they actually try to dive onto you and get closer with the payload, you should just jump back and play behind this cover here, where they have to even get closer to get to you. And if they get as close as here, usually your team should be able to get rid of them and kill them. If they're up here, again, use your shift to pull, to cut them off or try to pull them inside your team and just play around this area. You can also use this statue here to get a little bit of cover. That works. And if there's not really anywhere to jump, if there's multiple people on you here, make sure to jump just up here. No one will expect you to be up here. You can make it all the way up here with the jump. And you can just wait for your cooldowns, see what is about to happen, and then decide on what to do from here on. Avoid this high ground up here. You really do not want to play from the high ground here, because again, you have to aim super hard to hit your allies, and it is really, really hard. So avoid this area up here and also the area up here. So once these doors open, instantly try to pay attention if there's enemies on high ground. Because getting a fast pull on any enemy on high ground right here, if you see them, they're up here or up here somewhere, instantly when these doors open, pull them into your team. They will never ever expect this, and you can instantly pull them into your team, almost guaranteeing an early kill for you all to make great push. This is really important. Sometimes there's like a Groot or a DPS trying to be sneaky, getting some early damage. So always use this opportunity and pull them in instantly. So you don't want to go on high ground with your DPS characters up here. Like I said, you don't want to be on high ground, especially as INVIS. So just let them go there. When the payload is here, you want to be playing behind it with your other strategist and just heal your tanks from this area here. If there's any people on high ground from like the top right here or on the high ground here, you can always try to pull them into your team, trying to get a sneaky kill. And if they're all the way back there, you can use your shift to make them reposition so they can bother shooting you and poking you. Usually on attack with payload maps, you always want to be behind the payload next to your other strategists. If you stick together as a strategist, usually nothing can really kill you unless you get one shot from anything. So just play with your other support. Once the payload is around here, just pay attention if there's people on high ground and try to get a sneaky pull on them if they don't pay attention for fast kills. If they're playing on the left side here, just make sure to use your shift to get them away from there, and then just play from this area here. You have your corner here to get a little bit of a protection, but usually just stay around your other healer. You can place down your shield and play a little bit behind it, unless you need to use it for someone else. Once the payload gets a little bit further, you can always play around behind this bus, right, like this car right here, and then just shoot from here. Depending on where enemies are, you can use your shift to get them away from certain positions, or you can try to always pull them in. This is always useful on attack. Whenever you get the chance and you see on enemy getting a little bit too low HP, always pull them inside your team. It is so easy to get a kill, even if you pull them just a small distance. People in this game blow up so fast if everyone shoots them. So always use that opportunity unless enemies are aggressive and try to push. Once you're close to the spot, just make sure you can play from this area here. You can cut them away with your shift here or here if they decide to flank. If there's actually people flanking from this area, like a Bucky or a Hela, for example, you can just jump up here for a little bit of safety if you need time to breathe and wait for your cooldowns. And maybe even like play from this area, because you have cover from the bus, you have a healing pack here, which you can jump off to. So playing from this area, if they decide to flank from this area here, is not a bad thing, because you hit enemies and you heal your allies at the same time. If they actually manage to hold you on the second point here, this corner here is always the best place to play from. You can hit enemies and allies at the same time. And you can see if someone flanks from the left side or the right side, which usually never really happens. But just pay attention with your shift. If they come from here, cut them off and then play from this area. And as always, if an enemy tank comes too close on this corner, pull them inside your team. Their healers will always play from this area. So even a second where their tank is out positioned, where your tanks can block them in even, this is enough to get a free kill. So once you're closer to this area with the payload, always pay attention to the high ground here if there's enemies playing from up there. If they are, pull them into your team, cut them off with your shift, whatever you have available, and then play from behind your team, behind the payload from this area next to your other strategist. All the way until you're up there. This is then an area where you can actually play from high ground for once. Because the area goes down here, so you have an easier time hitting your allies and enemies at the same time. So this area here is okay to play from. But just remember, it is easy to shoot you from down here, so just be aware of that. So playing from down here is also okay. But remember, you cannot shoot enemies that play from all the way down there, so keep that in mind. Once the payload is all the way down here, you can just play from this area. You will always hit enemies and allies at the same time. And be aware of enemies flanking from this spot here. Usually Psylocks, Magics, maybe even Wolverines or Namors are trying to flank from this area. So make sure to have your shield available if necessary to protect you from that. And use your shift to cut them off. If you absolutely have to get away, you can always use your double jump to reposition all the way up here. Once this area changes here, there's a healing pack up there which you can take. And once you get close to the point where there's a few meters missing to capture the point, you can always play around this corner and shoot enemies and allies at the same time. Their supports will always play behind this area, which you can cut them off with their shift, trying to reposition them. Or if they try to peek the corner, pull them inside your team, because even half a second where they're inside might be enough to kill them. If you get dived on, you can always double jump into this area here where there's a healing pack, and then just get out of again and play from this corner. Avoid this room up in here. There is a heal all the way in there, but you never really want to take this. You just want to play from this corner or next to your other healer behind your shield and play from there. If there's only one tank on the point that's trying to contest and stall, and you have a support ult active, just stay on the payload and try to melee push and combo your pull to get their tank off the point so you guys can capture the point, and keep repeating the melee push and get him away from the point. This is always something that you can do when you're close to capturing a point during an active support ult, or if there's just one tank contesting the point. Once the payload is all the way up there, you can just play around this area here, and because you're safe from any DPS playing from all the way back there from hitting you, so you always have free room shooting or healing your tanks and also hitting enemy tanks from. Once you get the payload gets closer to this area up there, you can just use this pillar again and play from here. Have a little bit of cover or play around your shield next to your other strategists from here. Be careful, enemies might be on high ground all the way up there, which you can always pull off. Sometimes people also try to flank from this area here, so be aware of that. The further you get, always use these corners to play from. If it gets closer, use this opportunity to play from here. If you push up further, you can use this corner to cover. And if it's all the way up there, you can just play around this corner here. You have another heal here. And if people are on high ground, people love to be on the high ground up here. You can always use this opportunity to pull them into your team or cut them off with the shift. They might also be up here. Be aware of that. It's sometimes unexpected. And they can also be on the high ground up here. So when the payload gets closer to the point, you can use this corner to hide and play from here. Be aware, sometimes flankers or divers will come from the way here, so make sure to keep your shift up to deny that and just play from here. If you get dived on, you can always double jump away into this room here where there's a heal. You can bunny hop onto that and then back off all the way back here, or you can just double jump to this health pack as well. Both works depending on where you get flanked from. Once the payload is a few meters off the capture on the third point, all the way at the end, you can just play from here, and depending on how many enemies are alive, again, you can stay on the payload and try to push their tank away with your melee push and push ability combined. Be aware, enemies might be playing from up here, so be aware of that. You can pull them in or use your shift to cut them off. And if there's multiple enemies alive and you don't want to be on the payload, try to push them away, you can still play from all the way from the area back here. Even use this corner to play from. If you ever get the opportunity, you can boot people off the map from here or even this area. This rarely happens, but sometimes people back off onto this corner, so you can just make the use your double jump, push them in, and then instantly go back to your team behind your tanks. If this helped you out so far, please remember to subscribe. It would mean so much to me. Now enjoy the gameplay. Fair enough.
Here they come. I am strengthened for battle. Every spell cast has its price.
Like a day in the spa.
Back in action.
I like the cold. I was worried. Vortex field! Clear the way! You need me.
We don't have tanks right now.
Found one of our critics.
I'm gonna go for flame.
Feeling
Go.
Holy.
Ooh, that felt nice.
I've got you covered.
That feels nice, no?
Ah, much better.
You're halfway there. Keep going. Ionic surge.
That's what I needed. They're ahead of us. I am strengthened for battle.
We are undefeated.
I'm trying to keep attention to everyone so no one dies. Really important as a strategist. Keep being aware of where everyone is and trying to keep everyone alive. Obviously, it's not always possible,
I suck.
but try to keep attention to everything. INVIS is really good at healing multiple people at the same time.
Feeling fantastic. I am ready to put on a show. Feel the pull. It's the grand finale. Look up behind you.
Ah. Oh no, I ran a little bit too far away from me.
It's
They've got.
Get that vehicle moving again.
That's what I needed.
I do have my ult here. Could try to be aggressive.
Hell unleashed! Disappear!
Medicine.
Pull him in. And with that, we get the Magneto and his ult out. Let's go. See, aggressive ults.
I unleash the Vishanti's power.
Pulling their tanks inside.
Threaten my brother.
My mission.
Vortex field. Clear the way. You need me.
Boom!
Covered.
No getting away from me.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum. Oh, hello.
How disappointing.
I'll move forward with them.
Much better. I feel like myself again. It's
We
somehow
got to clear
dangerous.
the way. Feel the pull.
What was that? Holy!
You're halfway there. Keep going. Clearly you needed some help. Clear the way.
Oh, he's one.
Protect me,
Nice,
portal.
nice.
My brother.
Protect me, please.
There's the Psylocke on you, Strange.
I know, I was saying, protect me. I was
I
saying
was
it.
not able to get to you in time.
You just need to stay like 1 second with me, guys. I don't get it. Like,
I don't have to be center stage.
It's fine. Open.
That's what I needed.
Thanks so much. Vortex field. We are
Ooh, nice.
unbeatable.
Use Luna if you have to first.
It's the grand finale. I am ready to put on a show. I got the psionic surge. Feel the pull. I suck.
Like a day at the spa.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint.
Big.
Keep up the momentum.
Psylocke played Hawkeye all last game, didn't kill anything, now it's popping off. I think it was just a very bad game. That's okay. It happens.
That one. Johnny, no.
I
I'll make them pay for this.
That's what I needed. Mutant spotted.
Don't let anything stand in your way.
Strange might be close to an ult.
Give me a life, give me a life.
I'm ulting, I'm ulting.
Undefeatable!
Oh, I'm so dead. Oh, I'm so stupid. I don't have jump. Everyone walked away.
So many ults, it's fine.
Was inside the building? Yeah. I don't know. Like people sometimes just expect you to be always with them, but it's just not always possible. Like I don't know, man. I'm gonna be careful of their strange ult now.
Get that vehicle moving again! A nice deep freeze. I got you covered.
By the eye of Agamotto!
There we go. Place my shield close to the Luna so she can hide behind it.
So much.
He was bubbled, so I couldn't push him away. That's why I just was hiding behind the corner there. Because I knew it was gonna ult, right? But I couldn't push him now because of the bubble.
That's what happens when you threaten my brother. So close!
My brother.
Big chance! Why would I need healing?
I feel like myself again.
A nice deep freeze. I am ready to put on a show!
Mutant
We are undefeatable! Thanks so much.
I don't have ult yet. I got it when I died. Unlucky.
Oh, that's good. I didn't really want to.
It's fine, there's everything.
It was gonna be a 5v6.
There's 5 ult there, just connects.
I'll fight for my family.
Portal maybe.
We don't need support, so we have a minute.
Okay, okay, okay.
Moving again. Only 60 seconds left.
They're ahead of us. Good medicine. I feel like myself again.
Oh, did you see that?
Your attacks are futile. They shall not escape our
I got
wrath
you
now.
covered.
The Strange might be close to an ult again. He plays very aggressive,
A nice
as you can see.
30 seconds. Clear the way. Well, we have Midgard has a worthy sorcerer after all.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Someone's controlling me. Clearly, you needed some help.
That works. Nice.
Psionic burst.
Let's go!
1.
Finally, someone worth clobbering.
I'd rather make music than do anything else. Except be a superhero. Thanks. Help! I'm hurt.
There's a feather.
Okay, admit it. You need me.
Zerg behind somewhere.
Psionic burst.
Better.
Anyone want to help? Nice. Feel the pull. Feeling fantastic. Help! I'm hurt. Psionic surge. I am barely harmed. Turn around, quick. Vortex field. A nice deep freeze. Clear the way. We are undefeatable.
Goes to my ult. And I'm dead. I can't seem to get those bunny hopes after hours of trying. Did you also try to put it on the mouse wheel? Because of the scroll bar, it makes it a lot easier. I mean, even I fail it from time to time. Like, but usually it's a lot easier if you put it on the scroll bar.
Stop them. Force burst. Feeling fantastic. Be your best self.
We're 2 down, just wait, with double support ult for recontest.
That one hurts.
Let's start with Luna again.
Go, 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 go.
Psionic burst. Oh.
Kill Bucky?
By the eye of Agamotto!
Oh. Didn't have push.
I'm clocking some bad guys. Ooh, that felt nice.
Ooh, that felt nice.
Psionic surge.
Bit too late.
Let's push, let's push. I'm gonna ult, I'm gonna ult.
Much better.
I'm bright like a star.
I am ready to put on a show. Stop them.
Armed and ready.
I was worried.
Nice.
Clearly you needed some help.
Armed and dangerous.
Psionic surge. Force burst.
Day at the spa.
I have triple support now. I just realized. Switched off tank. That's probably good.
God is suffering.
He stopped them in their tracks. Feel the pull. Psionic surge.
Yeah, I saw that coming from a mile away. I saw that coming from a mile away. Okay, Strange, probably close to null again. Keep attention.
No, I'll make them pay for this.
Oh, I died again, really?
How did my INVIS die? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm wondering too.
Fight for my family until the end.
Magneto Bucky spam, you know?
Thank me later.
Force burst. Better stop that vehicle. Please. There's still a chance to stop them.
Okay.
Damage recovery.
Day at the spa. Much better.
I forgot we're triple support now, so yeah, my
I
bad.
am ready to put on a show.
That's not great.
Right there. Another deep
The eye of Agamotto. Again!
Oh, I'm fine. Don't mind.
Magneto! Again!
Force burst.
Again! Again!
Holy.
Again!
Now might be a good time to stop them.
Again!
I think my team is getting tilted.
Loki, can you go Luna?
Again!
Better stop that vehicle.
Much better. I am strengthened for battle.
What am I? Invisible? Feeling fantastic.
Again!
Get in there.
Psionic surge.
Damn, no reset.
Let's cook some more. Yeah, a little help, maybe.
Strange, Strange should be on around 60% right now if I
am ready to
really-
put on a
really-
show! Disappear! It's now or never! Stop them! We are undefeatable!
Step on me.
keep an eye on the Strange.
A little help, please. Feeling fantastic.
That's what I needed.
Psionic surge! Clearly you needed some help. A little help, please.
Nice time to pull. Strange is always
Fantastic.
like hold their shield a little bit up, then jump back, hold it up a little bit, jump back. I tried to time my pull at the moment where he puts his shield down, and it worked out, and it got a kill. That's really nice.
Feel the pull!
I am strengthened for battle.
Any kind-hearted friend to heal me? I'm bright like a star.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Let go of me.
Okay. The Magneto always bubbles him. I can't really push him.
Vortex field!
You cannot hurt me.
No worries.
So I can't really counter their Strange ult, because they always bubble. Which is smart to do, obviously.
Much better. Only 60 seconds left.
Because they know I'm able to push him.
You stopped them in their tracks.
You ban Bucky? Yeah. I think Bucky is such a must ban.
Oh, I'm fine.
Seems we have company. Good
Clear
medicine.
the way. What am I? Much better. Invisible?
felt nice.
Clear the way.
If Psylocke ults us low-key, let's just stand next to each other and heal. With my shield, we can survive it.
Shields up. Feel the pull.
Don't back down yet.
Armed and dangerous.
Psionic burst. Clear. That's much better.
Just like that.
Disappear! Final 10 seconds! Vortex field! Psionic surge!
That's my sister.
Oh, there? That's how you can counter Psylocke ult without needing
Go back,
ultimate.
go back. Don't die, Magneto.
Force burst!
Low-key gone.
Psionic surge!
Enemy in front of us.
Let's just grip up, don't lie.
Anyone willing to help? Better stop that vehicle! Clear the way!
Your god is suffering.
Don't give them another inch!
Getting closer to my ult again.
By the eye of our
And he's bubbled again.
What the fuck did I do?
No bubbles again.
Okay,
Those
okay,
make
guys.
bubbles.
The current score? You need to stop that vehicle in its
But that one is not too bright.
I'll take a cosmic clash over fighting vampires any
We should get
day.
payload.
Vortex field!
Insignificant gnats.
I can't jump up here and play with my team, sadly.
good medicine.
What am I? Down to 30 seconds! Psionic surge! That's much better.
Ooh, that felt nice.
Hang on for just a while.
Your god is suffering.
I'm taking down. Get me some healing. Force burst!
What a curious place.
Heal me, you simpletons. The final 10 seconds!
Yes, everyone must be healed all the time. I know. It's rough.
Psionic surge!
Back in, come
We'll
back.
have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Good medicine.
Psionic surge! Shield up! Disappear! Feeling fantastic. Psionic burst!
Like a day in the
A little help,
bright like a
please.
star.
Give me a life.
Clearly you needed some help.
Armed and again.
Did Magneto feel regret?
Bot support dead, I got them.
I'm barely Disappear! You got them all!
Let's go!
My brother.
Still not one.
Psionic burst!
Nice. Okay, that's doable.
Two.
Actually, go on left side, quick.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
See? Nice.
One of Steven's mystical portals.
I mean, he fucked it up. Fine.
Correct him. Get in there.
I am barely Only 60 seconds left.
Luna one.
No worries. I got your back.
Let me out, please! Let me out!
Only wish I had done it myself.
Clear the way.
I feel like myself.
Luna's one.
Bless the healing arts.
Clearly you need some
Let
help.
me out!
GG's.
Final score. 2,
Man.
3.
Let's go. Nice. Big game.